Hello everyone. So we are here with the session on leadership, and in the last session we have discussed about the leadership style. Now I have a question that what is leadership style? Is it something which is unique in itself? Is it related to your uniqueness, your unique characteristics, your unique identity? Or it is something which is adopted, which is a style in common, which has been adopted by many leaders? So what exactly it is? Just one word answer me whether leadership style is a unique characteristic of a leader, or it is something which has been adopted by many leaders, many people who are leading the team, depending upon the organization in which they're working, depending upon the team they are dealing with. So what exactly is a leadership style? So yes, if we talk about leadership style, then leadership style is something which is not a unique characteristic of an individual, but it is something which is being adopted by many leaders who are working into different organizations and who are dealing with different type of people. So there are a lot of leadership styles which we have already discussed, like transactional leadership style, transformational leadership style, autocratic leadership style. Autocratic leadership style is generally, it is generally adopted in the organizations where the employees, the subordinates, the lower level employee, the middle level employee do not have the right to be the part of the decision making process. It is something which has been decided, and the whole decision has been taken by one single person, that is autocratic leadership style. So usually this type of leadership style you will see in the government organization or in the organization which are very small, where the involvement of the employees in the decision making process is not required, or you will see this autocratic leadership style being adopted by the leaders at the time of emergency or at the time of crisis. Because whenever there is an emergency or whenever there is a crisis, no, they do not have a lot of time to discuss each and everything with the team, to ask them for their suggestions, to make them part of the decision making process. No, these are the sudden situation, and in these situation it is really very important that we take the quick actions, the sudden actions. So that is why when we talk about the leadership style, there are different and many leadership styles which have been adopted. Like one leadership style which we have studied was the coaching leadership style, to provide the coaching, to provide the support to the entire team, to bring out the best in that. So here, the unique characteristic of coaching leadership style was giving the feedback and the bringing out the best hidden talent in your team. Right, that is the coaching. If we talk about the normal coaching, what do we do? They just observe the player and they tell them uh, you know, uh, their most strong thing which they have. So how they got to know that? By observing them, by giving them the feedback. And so coaching leadership style is exactly related and similar to the coaching only. Now in today's session, we will be talking about the collaborative leadership style. So what comes in your mind when I talk about collaborative? What is collaboration? A normal term, we keep on hearing will collaborate. Nowadays, when the virtual team were working, and then when we started thinking of having the hybrid model in the organization, because many organizations are just planning to have the hybrid model where the part of the week, like let's say 2 days, the employee will be working from office, and less 3 days will be working from home. So what name they are giving to such kind of model? Why they are calling the employees? What they are saying, that why we are going for hybrid model? For collaboration, we need the employees to come to the organization. So what is collaboration? What do you understand by the term collaboration? So collaboration here simply means bringing the people together. So what they're doing, they're simply bringing the people together. And yes, exactly, when the collaboration means bringing people together. So here collaborative leadership style is similar to bringing the people together. When we talk about collaborative leadership style, then collaborative leadership is focused on encouraging people to work together across functional and organizational boundaries. We do have functional boundaries, we do have organizational boundaries. Functional boundaries means the boundaries means the function, the role which you are playing, and organizational boundaries means within the entire organization. So it means that this leadership style just focus on bringing the people to work together. We all know that the success of the organization depends upon the togetherness, combined efforts of the team. If people are not working together, they are not doing the work together, it is really very difficult to to make the organizational growth, to accomplish the goal of the organization, because a one single man or the group of individual cannot build the empire. It requires the group efforts, group coordination, people working together for achieving the common goals, and that is how the organization, the empire is built. So this collaborative leadership style just focus on bringing the people together. It can be across the functions, it can be across the organizational boundaries as well. So the purpose of this leadership style is to encourage collaboration with other teams and the departments to provide something new or do something different. So why this leadership style is adopted? Because here we all know that when people will come together, when people will work together, they are going to deliver something different. They are going to deliver something new, something unique. Right? They will be delivering that thing. So this leadership style simply means that you are bringing the people together, and along with that, you are allowing them to share their ideas, to share their concepts, to share their creativity with each other, and where you are expecting the other person to accept and respect their ideas too. So now, what are the features of collaborative leadership style? Basically, it has 4 different features. The first feature of collaborative leadership style is treat employees as individuals with unique talent and actively engage with them. All the employees, all the individual working in the organization have their own unique talent. Do you think that the 10 people in a team, they all have the same type of talent, they all have the same characteristics, same goal, same motivational level, same skills, same knowledge, same talent? Do you think? No. Each and every individual will have their unique talent, something in which they are best, something in which they are different from others. You need to find out that unique talent. You cannot just assign a task to the individual, to the group, by saying, okay, this group is from the marketing department, so marketing related project I'll assign to the group. No. Though you are assigning the marketing project, you need to find out that in the marketing project, who is going to handle which part. So for that, you have to treat each and every employee as an individual who carries a unique talent, and on basis of the unique talent they carry, you have to assign them the task. You have to make them actively engage with the work. So that is the first and the foremost thing which is required when we are talking about the collaborative leadership style, that you find out the unique talent, unique skill of an individual and make them actively engage with that thing. Second feature says, invest in relationship and build trust with colleagues and direct reports. Since the time we started talking about the leadership style, we have been learning that in many leadership style, we simply focus on investing the time in building the relationship and the trust with the colleagues. Why building relationship and building trust with the colleagues is important in the organization? You are a leader. If you ask them to, if you direct them to do some work, if you ask them to do some work, they are bound to do that work. So why there is the requirement of building the relationship and building the trust with the colleagues? There are two different things. One is the people willingly doing the work, you are assigning them the work in which they are good, you will see that the people are giving beyond their productivity. It has increased their productivity. But on the other hand, if you just ask them to do the work that, yes, it is your role, it is your 9 to 5 job, and during this job, you're supposed to do whatever is being told to you by the leader, you will see that productivity is not up to the mark. Let's not just talk about beyond the productivity. The employees are not giving their 100% results. The reason for that is you have not created a strong bond of relationship, or you have not built the trust in the colleagues. When you build the trust with your colleagues, you will see that people in the organization are being very productive. They listen to the things which you say, they follow your directions, they follow your commands. Why? Because they have the trust in you that whatever you are telling them to do, whatever work you are giving them, that is ultimately going to give them good results. That is ultimately going to make them move forward in their career. So that is why it is very important that you invest in building the relationship and trust with the colleagues and the direct reports. Don't rely on their title to influence others. That is very important, that for using the influential power for influencing others, you do not rely on the title which is being given to them. Accept change and know when to relinquish control. The line looks to be very simple, that you need to accept the change, but on the other hand, you should also know when you should take the control, when you should use your authority, your power to control the employees. Why we say accept the change? Because change is something which is never permanent. Maybe today the employees are just following the instruction, whatever you are giving. Maybe today the employees want you to give them the complete blueprint of how the work is to be done, when it is to be done, what is to be done, everything, why, when, what, where, how, everything. They might need the answer to each and everything. So in simple language, you can say they might want you to spoon feed with them with each and everything. But maybe for next project after 6 months, you will find the employees that they do not want you to tell them what is to be done, how it is to be done. Rather, they just want you to tell them when it is to be done and why it is to be done. How, where, they want to use their own creativity. So this you need to accept. You cannot say that, no, earlier I was only deciding, I was only giving you the entire blueprint of what is to be done, how it is to be done, when it is to be done. But today, if they want you to give them the liberty, then you will have to give them the liberty. But on the other hand, it is very important that if the people are going beyond their limit, they are not performing the task as per the rules and responsibilities or within the organizational rules and procedures. So here you should know that yes, it is the time for you to exercise, to relinquish your control. Giving them the authority, giving them the responsibility of doing the task in their own way doesn't mean that they can go beyond any limit. They can perform the task outside boundaries of the organization. We all have some set rules and processes in the organization which we all have to follow. So it is very important that you know them, you tell them about those boundaries, and if they go beyond those boundaries, then you just relinquish, you just use your controlling power. Now, after features, we'll be discussing about key ingredients to fuel innovation and harness the power of collective intelligence. What are the key ingredients by which you can fuel on the innovation, by which you can just make your team innovative? You know, there is a lot of competition everywhere, and in today's competitive world, it is very important that your team is full of innovation, your team is full of creativity, your organization is being creative, is being innovative. It is really very important. So what are the key ingredients? The first key ingredient is trust. Why trust? It is very important to build trust within your team. Build credibility with your team and give your team the space to deliver their work. Nowadays, no, people do not want micromanagement. They do not like working under the boss who just micromanage, who just peek his or her nose every time and in each and everything, whatever the other person is doing. They do not want that thing to happen. So here they want that credibility and they want you to give them the space to deliver their work. How you can build the trust? You can build the trust by asking them their input and expertise. Whenever something new comes, just do not say that, okay, this is to be done, that is to be done. No, ask the people, ask your team for their advice, for their input, for their expertise, knowledge. Take their inputs and make sure you walk your talk and keep your promise. Walk your talk means if you have committed anything, if you have made any kind of promise, you keep your promise. It is very important to walk your talk, to be on your words, to be on your promises, to be on your commitment. Being a leader, if you do not walk your talk, if you do not be on your words, if you do not keep your promises, then you're setting the wrong example for your team members. If they're going to see the leader who is not being on his or her own commitment, who is not keeping his or her own promises, then how you can expect the team to keep their promises, to be on their commitment? Because we always have been saying one thing, that the team follows the footprints of the leader, right? Team is something which will follow the footprint of the leader, and if leader is setting the wrong footprint, the team is going to follow that wrong footprint only. So make sure you try to build trust in your team members, and the best way of building the trust in team members is by giving them the authority to openly share their ideas, to openly share their views, their expertise, knowledge, and along with that, it is very important that you set the example where you are being on your words, on your commitment, rather than just making false promises and false commitments. Now, the second thing which we are going to, the second key ingredient is identify your silos. What do you understand by the term identify your silos? Silos is something which are really very bad for the business. Silos means you need to, when you are when you are working in the organization, it is very important that you find out the communication barriers which are affecting the flow of communication in the organization. You need to encourage the practice of sharing the information as and how it is received. Take necessary steps so that this siloing doesn't happen in the cross-culture team communication through meetings, team buildings, and exercises, because these things are very bad for the business and they should not be there in the business. You know that miscommunication is something, or the communication barriers are something which change the entire context of the message, and if the entire context of the message get changed, then it is really very difficult to work together, because this is a time when miscommunication happens, the problems start arising among the team members. The third element is share the bigger picture. Include your team in the visioning process of the greater buy-in, motivation, engagement, satisfaction of the team. The more you are going to connect to your shared goals, the more motivated they will feel. The more you're going to connect with them, the more you are going to work with them, the more you are going to work on the shared goals, the more you are going to work on the things together, the more you are going to share your vision with your team, you will just motivate them more, because they will see that, okay, after performing all these things, where we are going to reach. Until and unless they do not see where they're going to reach, it is going to be very difficult to keep their motivation high. The fourth ingredient is remedy feedback pair. Look towards the efforts of the team and the individual which they have made, so that you can work on improving their things rather than just focusing on the team. You also have to find out that what are the areas which need the improvement and what are the areas in which the team is perfect. You just do not have to focus on the team. You also have to focus on the quality of the work which they are delivering. The fifth thing is encourage risk taking. Create a culture of collaboration, creativity, innovativity by encouraging and celebrating calculated risk. If you think someone has suggested an idea, and with that idea you were able to benefit the organization, even one person, Celebrate that calculated risk which you have taken to deliver the best. So create that culture where people feel free to share their ideas, to collaborate, to share their creativity, innovativity. And with this, you need to encourage this thing by, and how you can encourage? By celebrating the calculated risk which you have taken, which the people have taken in their lives. And even if you get failures, see, experiments and innovation is something where out of 10, 5 might fail, right? Though you're taking the calculated risk, that doesn't mean that there is no chance of failure. There are chances of failure, that yes, the uh, idea, the creativity may give some negative results, but that is okay. Take that as the part of the experimental process, because you will get to know that in that idea, what all things need to be improved so that we can make this idea a successful one. So whenever you see any kind of failure, take that failure as the part of the experiment rather than blaming the person for his idea. Because, you know, if employees are going to see that if anything fails, if any idea fails, you start blaming the people for that idea, then believe me, people will stop sharing their ideas. They are not going to share their idea because people do not like sharing their idea, where in case of failure they are being blamed, they are being looked at as if they created, they just did a crime or the blunder. So that is why it is very important that though you encourage risk taking, along with that, you make sure that even if there is any kind of failure, you do not take that failure as a thing to blame others. Rather, you take that failure as the part of the experimentation process. Hire a talent diverse team. When tackling complex problem, teams with diverse skills set outperform highly best and great results, because the team will have the people from diverse talent, the team will have different skill sets, the team will have different talents, and they are highly specialized people. So just make sure that you create a talent diverse team which is highly specialized team. So for this, encourage sharing of expertise and cross-functional ideas, that you need to encourage, that you are encouraged the sharing of expertise, you are encouraging the cross-functional idea. So basically, whole team, when we talk about collaboration, the ultimate thing, the ultimate bigger picture is you need to value the ideas, the creativity, innovativity which you get from the organization. Value the creativity and innovation of the employees. So with this, these are the 6 ingredients, valuable ingredients, which act as a power of collective intelligence. That is building the trust, identify your flaws, sharing the bigger picture, remedy feedback fears, encourage risk taking, and hire a talent diverse team. Now with this, we have come to the end of collaborative leadership style. So the last thing to be discussed, that every leadership style have the positive as well as the negative. So how this collaborative leadership style cannot have the pros and cons. So now we'll be discussing about the pros. What do you think? What are the pros? What are the positives of collaborative leadership style? So in my knowledge, if I'm going to talk about collaborative leadership style, the best thing in collaborative leadership style is it is giving the freedom to the employees to come up with their creativity, which is allowing the employees to grow. No employee want to work in the organization where they do not get an open platform to grow, to innovate, to grow as a person also. No, it's not just about growing in your professional life, it is also about growing in your personal life as well. It is very important that you grow as an individual also. So, yes, if we talk about collaborative leadership style, then yes, this collaborative leadership style is giving you the platform where you are growing because it is allowing you to share your creativity, your ideas, your innovation, and not just sharing. They are considering and they are taking the calculated risk on the innovation and the creativity which you have shown. So the first pro is can lead to more creative and innovative ways of thinking. Yes. When the people will see that, yes, you are respecting their ideas, you are valuing their ideas, you are implementing their ideas, the people are going to be more creative. They are going to think more creative jobs. They're going to think more creative work. So that is why we can say that it can lead to more creative and innovative ways of thinking. The second thing is more opportunities for diversity. Yes, here the employees will have more opportunity for diversities. It can strengthen cross-term team relationship because here we are not just valuing the uh, things within the team. Along with that, we also value the ideas, the creativity, the innovation which are being shared among the cross team from the other teams within the organization. So it can strengthen that cross team relationship and build trust within the organization. Trust is something which is built when you make your employees believe that they are the internal and the very important part of the organization. If you are going to see them as an important part of the organization, then you will see that yes, they have started building trust within the organization. And when employees trust the organization, you will see the organization moving, growing towards growth and success. And the negatives, the cons of collaborative leadership style, it may lead to ambiguity in roles and responsibility. Yes, ambiguity may be there. What is the meaning of ambiguity? What is ambiguity? It means that you are being open to more than one interpretations. Right. So yes, it may lead to ambiguity in the role and responsibility. You might be open to many different roles and responsibility. It can create cross team conflicts. Yes, here teams are working. So definitely there is a positive and negative of both the things. Like if cross teams are working together, either it can strengthen their relationship or it can give them a room to have to let the conflict get in the team. So yes, there are chances that it may create cross-team conflict. And the last negative is potential power struggle between the leaders. Yes, the power struggle is there between the leaders. So these are the positive and the negative of the collaborative leadership style. Any doubts still here? Just go through the complete presentation, complete thing again. If you find any doubt related to the collaborative leadership style, if you have not understood anything, you can get back to me in the next session. Now, after collaborative leadership style, in next session, we will be talking about the second last leadership style, that is servant leadership style. Now, what is servant leadership style? It is puts the need and well-being of the followers first. Here, under servant leadership style, the foremost priority is to put the well-being and the need of the followers first. Leaders adopt a serve-first approach and growth mindset to prioritize their organization, employees, and community above themselves. Now here for the leaders, it is not about their own priority, but for them, they put the growth mindset to prioritize their organization, the need of the organization, the willingness and need of the employees and the community above themselves. So basically for them, what they want is they just look towards the need and well-being of the followers first rather than putting themselves first. And that is the best part of servant leadership style. So now in the next session, we'll be discussing about the servant leadership style in detail. With this, we have come to the end of today's session of leadership, and yes, there are many different styles, and each and every organization follow and adopt these different leadership style to make their team move towards growth. Because whatever leadership style you are adopting, a leader is adopting, the sorry, the ultimate goal and the final goal is same for all the leaders. What do you think? What is their ultimate and the final goal of adopting different leadership style? It is only one and only one, that is to accomplish the goals of the organization, to make your organization grow, to make your team move towards the common vision of the organization, making each and every employee share the common goal, common vision, which they have to accomplish together. Bringing team together, collaboration, building trust, making them move towards the direction of the growth. These are the ultimate objectives which a leader have and which leader wants and develops in the team and within the team. And that is why we say that leadership is something where he have to continuously grow in the way he'll be dealing with the team. He'll be making the team move, because the same approach, the same way of making the team is not going to work with each and every employee in the team. A leader has to adopt different styles. Even in the same team, he will have to adopt different ways of making them move towards growth and success, and making them move towards reaching the ultimate goals of the organization. So that is why leadership is not easy. And now once we finish with the leadership, we will be starting with the influence and the leadership. Do you think influence is directly related to leader? A leader who is not a good influence cannot make the team move towards growth, because he has to make them understand what is to be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done. And he has to make them move towards the uh, set goals of the team. Right, being a leader, it's not just you are just giving them the command. It is along with giving them the direction, you are also giving keeping a keen watch, close watch on whether they are performing, they are achieving the task or not. That is a key responsibility of the leader. So we are going to discuss about leadership and influence also once we finish with the servant leadership style. We just have two more leadership style left, that is servant leadership style and the laissez-faire leadership style. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.